exactly is Aaron saying here?
He backtracking. He moonwalking like Michael Jackson did in '83.
Yep.
And I didn't know what you're all simplified in your mind. Why didn't you say that on Sunday? That's what you should have said Sunday. Oh, we need to simplify things. Bruh, stop it. Stop it. You're not playing well, Aaron. You're not playing well. Skip, he's currently 24th in QBR. He has 9 touchdowns through 6 games. That's the second fewest for his career through 6 games. Rodgers isn't raising the level of the players around him. And I can take you yelling if you playing well. See, Skip, the thing was before, the same thing with Brady.
Yep.
I ain't got no problem. You want to yell and scream? You play. Oh, man, that man, hey, Brady out here balling. We out here bull jiving. Man, we got to pick out. You can't be bull jiving along with me bull jiving and then go be yelling and screaming at me. And that's what's happening, Skip. Aaron Rodgers is not playing well, and he's trying, the young players. What about the old players? It seemed like the guys that were waffling about retirement are not playing well early in the year. There have been 2 guys that, I don't know how much longer I'm going to play. I don't know if I'm going to come back. There's a lot. It's the magnificent unknown. And one guy retired, and then 40 days later, Noah wasn't even on the ark. Noah was on the ark longer than somebody else was retired. And it seems like those guys right now are having a little tough time of it, Skip. But Aaron Rodgers full of it. He's full of it. That's not what he meant. He's trying to backtrack of what he said. Simplify, and Matt LaFleur, like says, I don't understand what does he mean? Oh, we can simplify things in our mind. Well, you need to tell them that. I can't simplify the plays. This is as simple as it gets. The play is what it is.
Yep.
Man, this dude here.
This dude here.
Bruh, you are not playing well. Now, you can dress up and talk about the offense need to be simplified or yada, yada, yada. Go back and, hey, you ain't got no more of that stuff that you brought from Peru? You ain't got none of that concoction? Call Joe Rogan and get some ivermectin. You ain't got, they got something. Because that's what, it put you so at ease. My mind, I was so free. Everything was blessed. Irie, brother, Irie. Go do that. And stop making excuses for why you playing like trash right now.
So, Shannon Sharpe, you and I have been doing this show for 6 years plus. And I told you from day one, Aaron Rodgers is a master media manipulator. He is the shrewdest of operators because in the end, he is the all-time, he is the Mount Rushmore of finger-pointing blame deflectors. And this is blame deflection. Simplify was a code word for my supporting cast can't measure up to my intellectual football level. Like they don't get it. I'm operating on a plane way above all of them, so I just don't have enough help. It's another way to say, I just don't have it because these kids that receive, they don't get it.
Bruh, it's not that complicated. You throw, I catch. I ain't have no John had an economics degree from Stanford. I have a criminal justice degree from Savannah State. You throw it, I'll catch it. It's as simple as that. You need me at 10, I'm going to be at 10. You need me at 14, I'm going to be at 14. What do you need? I got you. All that other stuff, that's it, Skip. He want to be so proud. Okay, you're a genius. You got 160 IQ. But at the end of the day, can you deliver the ball? That's all I need you to do. I need you to deliver the ball. I am not quantum physics. I don't care. Two-jet flanker drive. Give me the ball.
And he wants to be seen as the smartest man in every room, but especially in the locker room.
Oh, I know more than my coach. I know more, he needs to simplify this because what's going on is cluttering the guy's mind. They need to simplify it in them. How? Skip, the play is what it is.
Well, I love Matt LaFleur's response to this was, I don't know what that means, simplify.
Yeah, Aaron doesn't know what it means. Well, let me tell you what's happening is that, man, y'all see them guys. You see what I'm working with. How am I supposed to win with those guys? It's them. It ain't me. I'm still the same guy. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not. We've never seen Aaron Rodgers play like this, Skip.
Nope. Maybe simplify should be simplify because he needs the Marines to come and save him, right?
He does.
And he is still living off that long ago Super Bowl. And every time we bring this up, a whole nother year passes. What was it, off the 2010 season? So we're going on, what, 12 years ago? 2011.
Yeah,
that's true. 11 years ago. he went on a road wild card run where they played every game. They had to play the extra wild card game, but it was all on the road. And so there was no, what's your favorite word? Expectation. There was no expectation of Aaron Rodgers because they go to Philly against Michael Vick, and it goes to the wire. And Mike makes one bad choice and underthrows a little bit in the end zone, but it went right down to the wire. And then where'd they go to Atlanta? They blew the doors off Atlanta.
Oh, they beat Atlanta, then they went to Chicago.
They went to Chicago,
the championship
and
game.
he got such a break because Jay Cutler, my guy from Vanderbilt, your guy that Mike Shanahan traded up to draft, the Bears were they were pretty good.
Defensively, they were very good.
Well, guess what they had? They had the NFC Championship game at home to get to the Super Bowl. And he, sprains his knee and winds up on the bicycle in the second half. And the immortal Caleb Haney almost beat Aaron Rodgers. If you look at his stats, he almost threw a pick six to Urlacher.
Well, he owed the Packer fans that because whether the year before or 2 years before he had gagged, they were 15-1. And the Giants came in and beat the brakes off him. So he owed Packer Nation that performance after what he had did, won the MVP and gagged it away in the playoffs. I mean, they were terrible.
They were terrible, but he was pretty terrible in the fourth quarter of the game at Chicago. But they survived because it was Caleb Haney.
Yeah, well, he almost gave that one away because Urlacher picked him, and he almost took it to the house.
Okay, and then to his credit, he's the Super Bowl MVP, and he gets our man Greg Jennings with the big post route touchdown.
He was unbelievable. I was at that game.
Yeah,
he was unbelievable.
And yet, I know for a fact, because I was close to Ryan Clark, Polamalu shouldn't have even been playing. He had a pulled hamstring, could barely run. And Ryan wasn't exactly a speed demon at that point in his career, so Aaron picked him apart. Way to go. You got your Super Bowl.
And it still took Clay Matthews pulling the ball out of Mendenhall's hand. I think that was
he did. He pulled it out of his hands. And guess who the head coach was? My coach is Mike McPendy, right? He won a Super Bowl.
And he was another guy living off that long ago Super Bowl. Why you see?
Riding on the coattails of Aaron Rodgers. So everybody knows this, but I'm going to restate it one more time and drive it home. Aaron Rodgers, the last 2 years, had the best record in the NFC, had home field advantage to the Super Bowl twice as the #1 seed, and to use your word, gagged it at home.
Yeah, he did.
He gagged it to Tom Brady, and then he gagged it
to
Jimmy Gagg. Jimmy Gagg got him. Really? Jimmy G. And they had the ball twice at the end of that game, and he completed one pass in the final 2 series of that game, and it was a 4-yard pass to Davante Adams. And I insist that at this moment, Davante is actually killing 2 teams because he's killing his Raiders off the last game that he played, but he's really killing the Packers because I didn't think this would come to roost.
I didn't think it would be this bad either.
This is Aaron Rodgers is actually getting exposed without Davante Adams. It is now clear that as Aaron has gotten later and later in his career, he's aging faster than Brady aged to me. Because what's Aaron, 38, going on 39?
38, 39.
So he's going on 39 December or whatever it is. And yet he looks older and plays older than Brady does at 45. And all of a sudden it comes clear that, wait a second, Davante was making him. And it's rare that you see a receiver make a quarterback, but it got to the point last year where Aaron could just flip it in his direction. He completely trusted that, what was he, 17? 17 will just go get it. Where's 17? I'll throw it in his direction.
He's had way better receivers than Brady's had. I mean, I think we don't do his receivers, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, James Jones, Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, I don't know if I mentioned him, Devontae, Randall Cobb. All those guys were Pro Bowl players. I mean, let's not make it. Jermichael Finley was a solid tight end.
He was.
The injury forced his career short. So let's not pretend like he hadn't had great players around him to throw the ball to. It's just not been Aaron. And maybe these receivers aren't to the caliber of what those guys were. Well, okay. Welcome to the world of a lot of other quarterbacks that's never had 7, 8 Pro Bowl wide receivers to throw to on any given Sunday.
That's a fact. And I've said it from the start. I still believe that the other Aaron in the backfield can be, on occasion, their MVP. They're just not featuring him the way they used to.
They definitely need to run the football. Skip, the offensive line is not as good as I thought it would be. I thought getting Bakhtiari back at left tackle, Jenkins back at the right tackle. I think that's what he plays. I think he plays right tackle. He might play guard. But I thought, I was like, okay, They got Runyon at the left guard. I was like, okay, they're gonna be. The offensive line been. But maybe the Jets just like we're just gonna beat it. We're just gonna attack the quarterback. But for what I've seen, I don't see it getting any better. And now the defense has started to crack.
It has started to crack, and I thought it was top five-ish.
Yes, because you look at what they did early on, with the exception of that Minnesota game. They went to Tampa and they held Tampa to 12 points. Now, maybe that's not as a daunting task as we previously thought, considering they only got 18 against a banged-up Pittsburgh Steelers team. But there's something going on. There's always been seemingly a disconnect. They try to put on a brave face between LaFleur and Rodgers. Because I don't think Rodgers initially wanted him.
I don't either.
And then that's what Murphy said. Hey, don't you be the problem? Because they didn't even consult him.
Nope.
They didn't. Aaron, what do you think about this guy? Oh, here's your new head coach.
So the shock to me was that the Jets, who are obviously on the rise, the surprise team in the league,
give solid credit.
Yeah, even beyond the Giants, the Jets are the surprise team.
Yes, absolutely.
But they went to Lambeau, and they said, Breece Hall said after the game, they were talking about in the pregame locker room, hey, if we score, let's do the Lambeau leap.
Right.
Well, most teams don't go in there thinking we're going to do the Lambeau leap.
Right.
They're thinking, can we survive?
Right.
Are we going to get embarrassed?
Yeah.
Are we going to get humiliated here? And the Jets went in and just did a number on them because the Jets I think they looked at the tape and said, we're just better than
they just out-physical them, Skip. They beat them up front on both lines, dominated.
Yeah.
You see, they run reverse and Barrios takes the handoff and goes. Breece Hall takes a handoff and goes to the house. They were just more physical.
Yeah.
And then not only did they do the Lambeau leap, they wearing cheese heads out of the stadium.
Sauce. So the rookies are leaping and wearing cheese heads that they got from a Jets fan. So he's wearing and he actually went up the wrong tunnel, up the Green Bay tunnel. Yeah. So it's just, they're just rubbing it in like crazy.
Yeah. That hurts because I remember, Skip, when we used to play and teams come in there and they score a touchdown and do the mile-high salute. But that ain't y'all. Don't do okay.
But the cheese head, that's like sacred.
Yeah, man, the cheese. You wearing the head, Skip. How you gonna wear the cheese head? And then you do the Lambeau leap. And it just so happens, Skip, they had a pocket of Jets fans right down there. So the Lambeau leap was perfect. They go leap. How y'all let the Jets fans get those tickets get right that close to the
Good question.
to the field?
So to your point, I don't think we're going to get an RELAX from Aaron Rodgers. RELAX.
Relax. He panicking.
He's panicking. I think he relaxes too much in the offseason because he's got all kinds of stuff going on in the offseason except preparing to play football. Well, I do think Brady keeps a leg up on him because Brady stays in supreme shape, and I think he's more committed to getting ready for the long haul of the season than Aaron is.
I definitely don't think Brady losing consciousness.
No, he's not losing consciousness.
I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, but we are talking about the back-to-back MVP here, who looks like...
I can't tell.
We can't tell. Nope. And now it's their fault, and it's the coach's fault. Way to go, Aaron.
And Matt LaFleur says everything is on the table, gentlemen. 8 interceptions through 6 games. That's way ahead of the pace for the past 3 seasons.
That man, they threw 8 interceptions in 3 years.
Right. We'll see more Aaron Jones sometime soon.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.